She's reckless, daring, bold, brassy, fearless, and you know she's audacious. Here she is in all her sordid glory. The Ann Walker Show, only on Global Voice Broadcasting.
So, another thing I really want to talk about. Now, you know, I've told you all before how much I love my Facebook. And I get a lot of stories off of Facebook. And this young man, who's one of my friends, and of course I didn't write down his sweet name. I'm sorry, darling, I didn't write down your name.
So call in and tell us your name.
If you're listening, call in and I told him I was going to be talking about this. It's just an unlikely place for this to happen. You know, I have a bad mouth about Texas quite a bit since I'm from Texas, and I think it's just a narrow-minded, bigoted, racist kind of state. But this is making me have some hope. It really is.
But most of it's burning down?
Well, no, but that is so. I'm so sorry. There's like 800 homes lost already in those fires. And, of course, Rick Perry laid off a lot of his firefighters. Yeah, in the state.
Is Rick Perry here tonight doing his debate?
Yes, in Simi Valley.
He is.
Yeah,
He left the state. He
yeah.
left this burning state.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Harlingen, Texas, down in the valley and almost down into Mexico, towards the Mexican border. That's where Harlingen is. This girl says, Kaya Candia Almanda, says no one can truly understand what it's like to be gay or a lesbian person living in a conservative community unless they are one. Sometimes in passing, negative whispers, jokes, and ridicule about identity and sexual orientation are murmured by acquaintances and family members and friends. She said she's an 18-year-old who says she is a lesbian. She doesn't let that bother her, all the talking. The Harlingen High School senior says that what really bothers her is being told by fellow Christians that she's going to go to hell for what they say is the unforgivable sin of homosexuality. Well, I'll tell you, many gay Christians out there, I've gone to church with them. They come to our church, Church of Religious Science. They've never felt truly loved or accepted by any congregation in the Valley of Texas where she's from. And they arrive on the doorstep of this brand new church that's open called Mount Calvary Christian Church. It's a congregation run by gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender persons. Mount Calvary is headed by an openly gay pastor who preaches that homosexuality is not a sin, who seeks to bridge the gap between the orthodox view of homosexuality and the true love of God and the promise of salvation. And the parishioners are from all walks of life. This girl, her parents now go to that church. He said 80% of the congregation identifies itself as LGBT. The rest are straight friends, parents, and other family members of the LGBT community. They started attending Mount Calvary on a regular basis. Now, it's a lot of stuff on here. You could probably go online to find out more about the church. Mount Calvary Christian Church in Harlingen, Texas. I mean, it's more than I could have ever hoped for that something like this is getting started down there, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think it's really great. I mean, we live over here on the West Coast, and people are more accepting, and at our church, North Hollywood Church of Religious Science, we have so many people from all walks of life. Taryn and I started going there like 10 or 12 years ago.
Yeah, but and you need to explain that more at some point, because anytime people hear the word science in a church thing like religious science, science of mind, they think of Scientology.
Oh,
nothing to do
nowhere
with Scientology.
Near like
nothing.
That.
Think of what Oprah talks.
That's exactly
that's religious science. You can be anything.
Yeah.
You can any path to God, any path to be
that's
make
so
yourself
true.
happy.
Any
That's
path
what it is.
leads to God. Any path you take.
So don't be thinking that we're going to any Scientology kind of thing, please. It has nothing to do with that.
We're not aliens from another planet.
They actually call most of these churches now centers for spiritual living, because
that's very true.
Because people get so confused by it.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just heartened by this information. I do want to give out the telephone number at church. It's 956-551-6275. If you live down in the Harlingen, Texas area, and you happen to be part of the community of the LGBT and Q now, that's the questioning youth, isn't it? That's what the Q stands for, right? Well, you know, it changes. Things change all the time. The Reverend there, his name is Jonathan Powers. He happens to be a gay man, but he, you know, a lot of professional people go there, teachers and other high school students. I mean, there's a place for these kinds of churches. And he says it's growing very, very rapidly, and I'm sure that I want to hear more about it from my friend on Facebook, because I told him I was going to talk about it.